Hello, it's part 30 something of the old Virago project, and I wasn't going to do a video today at all. I was actually quite pissed off and I was all depressed because my rear plate mount and my rear lights still ain't going to be here, and I've seen the delivery bird that should be delivering it. She's not dropping it off today, so that's a load of bollocks. So I was quite pissed off and depressed about that until a gift arrived from a lad called Sam off the Virago forum. Sent me exactly the same seat as I used to have on the old bobber, which is perfect since I'm basically making a replica of the old bobber, just bigger. Now obviously that's just sat there. That's minus springs. I don't know if I'm going to run the springs. It didn't come with springs, but I have old springs from the last one that I didn't use. So it all works out lovely jubbly, and it's going to be perfect. So I'd like to say again, thank you Sam, really appreciate the seat. Now, we have some little brackets and things that are now in the way. And yeah, I actually was catching my leg straight away when I was trying to see about the positioning for the seat. And them ones at the back we ain't going to need no more. So, I think I might, first job, get the grinder out with a thin slitting disc on and cut all these bits off that we're not going to need anymore now. I think that's probably the best idea. We're going to have to clean up where the welds and stuff was and that on the frame as well. Maybe not today, but that's going to mean we're then going to have to paint bits over where we've cleaned up, obviously. Which ain't so bad because I've got a couple other bits on the frame that I want to rust treat and repaint black anyway. So yeah, it'll all work out in the end. A little bit more work, but it'll be worth it. I've also got a couple of like brackets down here I'm no longer going to be using that I might delete completely. Chop them with a grinder as well. So another one this side. They should be pretty easy to do. I was attempting to repair the old seat last night. I was trying to what the fuck do you call it? Plastic weld the tab back on. Yeah. Alright, well it had worked a little bit until you just see me snap it off. So that's a bit shit because I was hoping I was going to sell that to somebody. So I might have to get some araldite or something and fix that, because it's got worth 20-30 quid to somebody easy. Maybe more, I don't know how much they're worth. The old engine, still on the bench, still in pieces. After a bit of discussion with my mate Richard and a bit more fucking around trying to make things work and what have you, we decided that this engine has probably seized at some point, which has caused the problem, and some of this scoring and wear, and we decided not even to bother trying to put it back together. I'm going to get a big box, I'm going to strip the studs out of it, and I'm going to store it away in a box with a load of the spares under the bench, and we're going to keep it there for in the future. So then if we have outbreak on this engine or what have you, we've got the parts already. Like there is a brand new starter motor and stuff on there. Starter clutch was brand new in there. Oh no, I think I've used that in this one, haven't I? But either way, there's a lot of parts that I can use should I need to, which are getting quite hard to find. So, and then if I decide in the future that I'm going to sell the bike, I can sell the bike with a spare engine worth of parts. So yeah, that's what the plan is with that. I just need to get a big box to do it because it's kind of in the fucking way now, but there you go, it is what it is. Sorry about that, I was rudely interrupted by the dogs barking because I had some visitors. Obviously just wanting to come around and listen to the bike run because nobody believed I could get it running. Yeah. The secret to that is if you buy an old Virago project, replace everything. Yeah, right, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to try and find the springs from my old seat that I didn't use because I've got a set of brand new springs. But I did just try and have a little look around, but I can't seem to find them anyway. But I'm gonna have another proper look, see if I can find them. Then we're gonna get to seeing where I'm gonna put the seat, and then we'll see about what I need to do to cut stuff off and add stuff on. Okay, right, so I found the springs, lovely jubbly. But when I fitted them, I didn't like how it was gonna sit on here. You would have had it up here somewhere. I want it more flush with the line of the bike. So I think I'm gonna get the grinder out. We're gonna cut them lugs off, move some wiring under stuff that's over stuff at the minute, and see if we can get it to sort of flush mount to this. And I think we're gonna use the fixing point there. I want to make it so it hinges still as well, so I can access the battery and things. So could do with some way of like securing it, like a clip, just or something. I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. All right, so that's them lugs carefully dissected. I haven't cleaned nothing up yet. I want to drag it outside for doing that. I covered everything up with a big heavy coat to try and avoid sparks. But yeah, obviously we might have fire being in the shed and that, so I'm not going to go too mad. Right, now the plan was sitting it about there. I've got quite long legs. That should work out right. Sits me nicely over the back wheel where I want to be as well. Lovely jubbly. So let's figure out how we mount this front for now. Now this is where it wants to be, and really it needs to, well, it doesn't need to, but I would like it to mount into the same bolt there as the fuel tank. Right. So I'm going to have to dismantle this, straighten out that, possibly weld another piece to it, drill an hole in. Right, I'm sort of thinking out loud. I haven't exactly got a plan. So as I'm coming up with it, I'll keep you all informed. But yeah, it's looking a bit open there, isn't it? But I don't want the seat no further forward than that, really. We will see. Right, so I sat on it and I decided that's exactly where it needs to be. When we have a little shit flicker out the back here, it's going to be perfect. It's going to be just like the old one I built. There's quite a lot of stuff there. I mean, obviously that won't be an issue when I'm riding it. But doesn't look great right now. Now this tank isn't going to be my final tank either. I'm planning on getting something else and all, so I don't know where that's going to end. Right, let's at least temporary mount it. Right, you can take the piss if you like. It's just a temporary bracket mount thing that was bastardised out of some of my scrap pile. So yeah, that's about ish where I want it. It's not bolted up properly. This is just so I can get an idea, get it lined up, figure out what I'm doing. So I got an idea, you got an idea. Lovely fucking jubbly. I need a brew, so I'm going inside for a bit. So I'll see you lot shortly. For you, it'll be instant like. In other news, it looks like some heavy-handed twat has totally crushed the shit out of that. That'll be me then. So now I've got to do a repair to that, or replace it, or remove it, and then, one second. One second, cover this one. There you go. Yeah, and that's going to expose a big gap with a starter solenoid, my battery box, which is obviously that's alright because actually that doesn't look too bad, but got this big gap then. Do I get some sheet steel or first cardboard and make a template of that and make something I can bolt in there or on there using that fixing, and then like maybe a cable tie here and there, just to, I don't know, what do you reckon? Because this stuff we can move around a bit, we can tuck it a bit better off, and then have something sort of like flush mounted. I've got some sheet steel, so that's something to think about. Something to think about at least. Let me put this back in here so I don't lose it at least. In the meantime, I might do a little repair to that. Off camera, like just something I'll do just when I'm forecasting about. Still got to remove this bracket. I forgot to cut that off already. Yeah, I'll wait till I take it outside. The other one's easy enough because it's on a bolt-on bit. I can unbolt that, take it outside and do it if I wanted. But this one, yeah. Yeah, it seems a bit of a waste actually then to take it all the way outside. Just to cut that off and then grind these off. No, I better do, won't I? Yeah, because they're going to take a while to grind down nice. Right, yep, scrap that. So I'm not doing the rest of that tidying up until tomorrow or something. I can take the bike outside and then do it there. But yeah, right. So that's how she's mounted at the minute. It's just wedged in at the back here. I could pull it up if I wanted, but I don't want to. So there you go. Let's try and do some. Put you lot up somewhere. And then we'll see if we can do like a seating position so you can see. Alright, that's the best I can do for the camera angle, but yeah, as you can see, I'm scotched all the way back. Nice and comfortable. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. These bars, I hate these bars. They kick back and it feels like I'm doing this. I really can't stand them. I really can't stand them at all. We need something more like this. So they're on the shopping list, but for now these will have to do. The seat position, very happy with. Very happy indeed. Short and stand seems to be working out alright, which is nice. Yeah. I've had the headlight off, sorting out the wiring, cleaning up any corrosion. I've just got a side light bulb to fit and then that can go back together. Indicators I believe are working, but they don't seem to be flashing, so I need to look into that. And the rear light and the mount's still not here yet, so. But we are making decent progress. Well, I think it's decent progress anyway, from what it bloody was to what it fucking is. You know what I mean? It's nearly to the point where it can be MOT'd. Nearly. Yeah, I'll have to have a think and see what exactly it does need. But, oh yeah, I fixed the rear brake. I forgot to tell you all, didn't I? Well, that was a saga. Where is it? No, I've never taken one of them wheels off before. That's why I didn't do it on camera. But I did do some reading and what have you, and yeah, did everything correctly. Found out that the cam for the brake pads was seized, so I knocked that out of the plate for the brake. Cleaned that all up with some emery cloth, greased it with some copper grease, put it back in. Lovely jubbly. Puts the wheel back together exactly how it came apart. Exactly how it came apart, just bear that in mind. Torqued it to 105, 107 Newton meters, can't remember what it was now. Wheels look solid. Now I'm like, well, that's not right. So I backed it off a little bit, still solid. I backed it off to the point where it was like 15 Newton meters, and it was free. The wheel didn't knock about, it weren't loose in the, but obviously I knew that one right. So it took me a little while, a little bit of fuck-assing about, to discover there was a spacer missing that's supposed to go in the differential end here on the bike, the final drive differential, whatever you fucking call it. Anyway, mine was missing. It never had one in the first place because, well, it had been on the floor when I took it apart and it weren't. And as I took it apart, I set the stuff out as it came out. It's definitely not in there. Definitely wasn't in there. It's never been in there. So now I had a route round. I've ordered the correct one, but I had a route round in my load of shit, because obviously I've got loads of shit. And I found a load of old axles to I don't know what, and a load of spacers. And I happened to find one that seems to be working spot on. Now it's not torqued on up 100%. It's not 100 Newton meters. I've got 80 Newton meters on it at the minute, but that'll do me for now until the proper one turns up. There's no play in the wheel. It all seems to work. And now I have a back brake, so that's one more thing knocked off the bloody list. Oh, I'm just gonna have 5 minutes while I contemplate what I'm doing next. Oh yeah, I've got new air filter turning up. Want to fit a mini SU carb. So that's gonna need a little bit of modification to make it fit. It's basically the same sort of thing as what I've got, just gonna be a bit bigger and a bit nicer looking. I believe it's going to need a bigger one anyway in the long run. Some bulbs for the headlight turning up. I also got dartboard turning up, new dartboard. Now I'm not very good at darts, but I do enjoy playing some darts, and back when I was younger I was quite good at darts. Not so much nowadays, but yeah, that should turn up, so I'll probably end up having to put that on the wall. Don't know if I'll leave that till tomorrow when everyone's at work and school and stuff, and then yeah, it's probably best no one's pestering me doing that. What to do, it's not like that ain't stuff to do. And so I could do with removing the studs from that engine there, so then I can get it packed into a box and stored under there, because I want to get it stored away properly with the heads and stuff, the barrels and stuff. I'm going to give them a coat inside with some 3-in-1 or something, or some gear oil, something just to protect it a bit, and then I want to try and seal it up as best I can and store it away until it's needed. But yeah, I've got a bit of tidying up I could do. It's actually quite tidy in here for me. Oh, and I actually purchased a broom so I can sweep up. So yeah, I've actually now totally gutted the other shed and got everything in here now that needs to be in here. There's an air conditioner for the house that I use when the summer comes. That's got to come in here. That'll go under a bench somewhere, but other than that, that's everything. So now I can get to proper sorting and organising it properly, because, well, if you remember correctly, I just sort of knocked the shed up as quick as I could, chucked in some bits and bobs, and then we stripped this thing apart. Because obviously at the time I was working on the driveway, and I didn't want to have to strip the engine down or whatever on this, so on the drive, so hence the fuck off great shed. Oh yeah, I found my flat Eric and all in my other shed, so he's up on the old wall. Well, I checked my tracking details, and the other stuff's not going to be here for like an hour to 2 hours, maybe in 3 hours. So I'm going to pack my stuff away and call it a day, because I can't do no bulbs or out on that, and yeah, so fuck it. I'll tidy my tools away and shit. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, all that balls. I'm going to run inside and edit this for you quick. Don't know how long and short it's going to be. It was an impromptu video. I'd like to say thank you again to Sam for the seat. Really do appreciate it. And it was exactly the same one as I had on my old bike, which was exactly the same one I was going to get for this bike anyway. So that's a Brucey bonus. Right, I'm going to, till next time. Cheers.